Hi, welcome to today's video. My name is Paul. So this is day 7 of this 1 week watercolor challenge. Again, as I said, every day I create a painting, record that process, and then turn that recording into a YouTube video. So obviously this isn't the last ever watercolor video I'll do on YouTube. It's the end of the 1 week challenge. Starting tomorrow, or maybe in a couple of days, I'll start adding in a bit more variety into the videos that I upload onto the channel. So if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I'm trying to learn or teach myself to paint with soft pastels, for example. So there's at least one video that I want to do on soft pastels. Maybe within the next week or so I'll put that up onto the channel. I may do another one of these challenges at some point in the future, but it'll be a few months down the road, sort of thing. As I said, I think yesterday or maybe the day before, some of my paintings are quite abstract, some less abstract. Today's painting is maybe slightly more on the abstract side compared to, say, yesterday's painting. Also, today's painting, again, compared to yesterday, the composition is more basic. Today's painting, what I do is divide the paper into two parts. So the top half of the paper is the sky and the horizon line, and as you can see, that's basically just blues. There's some white of the paper showing through, but mainly just blues. The bottom half of the paper, and we'll see this as the painting progresses, is there's more cadmium yellow, there is some blues, and of course with those mix you'll get greens forming as well. So in terms of composition, quite basic. Basically just divide the paper into two parts. Last year I created an online course on composition, and part of that process was researching the ideas of composition and improving my own knowledge of composition. And to be honest, the experience was a bit like Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole. The deeper you get, the more bizarre things become. And someone will tell you one thing, and then someone else will tell you something that's completely different, or maybe even contradictory to the first person said. As an example, if you even just type in art composition or something like that into Google, and you scroll down through the results that come back, you may get some of the things that I saw were, what are the 8 elements of composition? And then a few results later is, what are the 4 principles of composition? And then a bit later again are, what are the 12 design principles of composition? And so on and so on. And you start to wonder, what's the difference between an element and a principle? Why are there 8 elements but only 4 principles? But when it's a design principle, there are 12 of them. It all seems, like I say, it seems to get a bit, are people just making this stuff up? Or it was a sometimes frustrating experience trying to teach myself about composition. In the end, what I decided was to try and keep things simple and try and get something that was maybe practical, that I could actually use when I'm painting. So I avoided things like harmonic armatures and other ideas like that. I'm not saying that those ideas are wrong. I'm just saying that I'm not sure how practical they are for the kind of painting that I do. So I ended up just looking at design principles, and some of those, like I say, are more practical and usable in their sort of everyday painting. Okay, this is then a scan of today's painting. It's quite a simple composition. a little bit more abstract. You see me flicking water and things onto the paper, and you can see that in the sky, some of the results of that. Some people will like this kind of thing, some people won't. Like I say, this is not trying to represent reality. It's more abstract than that. Okay, so hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you enjoyed this series, this 7-day challenge. Thank you to everybody who watched the videos. And hopefully see you in the next video, which will be in a few days' time.